Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So today is actually New Year's Eve, and although I'm here to talk about 23 books that I want to read in 2023, I just want to do a little reflecting on the past year and how thankful I am to be part of this bookish community, and so thankful for all of my subscribers who have joined me. I've almost been here for 6 months now, and I can't believe it, and I am so thankful for all of you who have tuned in and watched me talk to my camera throughout the last 6 months, and I am just so excited to see where the new year takes me. So, like I said, I've actually seen a couple people do this idea, whether it was last year or this year, and I think most recently I saw Brittany at Rescue and Reads do this as part of her, I think she was doing like Vlogmas or whatever it was, and it is 23 books that I want to read in 2023. So I have made a list of obviously 23 books, most of which I'm going to find on my shelves, and a couple of which I have plans to get for my shelves. And I think only like one or two are actually new releases. One is a new release, and I'm cheating because I already have it. I have it as an ARC. But these are 23 books that I want to read off my shelves, or I'm looking forward to reading in 2023. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I am not going to go too in depth in the descriptions of many of these books, just because otherwise we would be here forever. But here we go. So, and I do have my computer with me because I had to write these down somehow. So the very first book, and this is one I'm cheating a little bit with, but that is What Have We Done by Alex Finley. I have read numerous books by him before, and this one I say I'm cheating, but I do have an ARC of this book, and I forget when exactly it's coming out here. It's being released in March. But basically it says a stay-at-home mom with a past, a has-been rock star with a habit, a reality TV producer with a debt, 3 disparate lives, 1 deadly secret. So it's the first book I want to read in 2023. Now, I won't necessarily be reading these in order. I just want to pick them up at some point in 2023. The next one, and I should have put these in order, but that's okay. And that is one I recently picked up. I think I picked this one up when I was in lacrosse, and that is Never Saw Me Coming by Vera Kurian. Basically, it says on the back here, I've never met someone like me, but when I do, eventually, I think it will be like 2 wolves meeting in the night, sniffing and recognizing a fellow hunter. So, and yeah, this, she is part of a clinical study run by the psychology department at the University of Psychopaths. So definitely looking forward to picking that one up, like I'm sure I will say about all of these. Number 3, and this is probably a shock that I haven't read this one already, and that's You by Carol Kepnes. I have not read this. I have not watched this yet, but I am super intrigued, and this is one of the only books, which I'm sure there are many, that I know is written in the second person. So I'm way behind on this trend, but I'm certainly picking this one up. Number 4, and this one has been really popular lately, and that's The Measure by Nikki Erlich. I have heard so many good things about this book, and I finally picked it up. I might have picked this one up when I was in Madison this past fall. But it says 8 ordinary people, 1 extraordinary choice. There's a box waiting at your front door, and this box holds your fate, the exact numbers of years you will live. Yep, and I just want to pick it up. So, number 5, and actually, I'm even more excited about this one because I just heard Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand talk about this in her top books of 2022, and that's Bathhouse by PJ Vernon, and I know Audrey has raved about this book numerous times, and so I cannot wait to pick this one up. Yeah, and it's been on my list for a while. So, number 6. One that many people in my in-person book club have talked about, and especially I think Lindsay at Lindsay's Little Library did too, and that is Lovely War. This is by Julie Berry. This is quite the book, but I'm pretty sure it says, in the perilous days of World Wars I and II, the gods held the fates and the hearts of 4 mortals in their hands. So I think not only is it like a World War story, but it's also like the Greek gods are involved. And I think I'll probably be picking this one up with the audiobook. So number 7, one that I've had on my shelves for quite a while. And with a lot of these, they've been on my shelves for quite a while, but that's American Dirt. There we go. My lights won't wash that one out. And this is by Janine Cummings. And I have heard, it says Extraordinary by Stephen King. That's the first thing you see. And I'm pretty sure, I want to say it's about someone from Mexico coming to the United States. And I've heard great things about it. So that will be that one. Number 8. And this one I've also had on my shelves for quite a while. And that is The Home for Unwanted Girls by Joanna Goodman. And I just picked up when I was in La Crosse this past November, the second book in this series. And I'm not sure if it's actually a series or if they're just related. But I wanted to pick this one up for a really long time. And so on the list it went. And let's see, this one is a heart-wrenching story of a mother-daughter bond that could not be broken. And it's inspired by true events. So that'll be that one. Next up, and this was a book of the month pick that I had, and that is The Lies I Tell by Julie Clark. I read The Last Flight by Julie Clark and really enjoyed it. And so I know I want to pick this one up sooner than later at some point in 2023. And I think it's going to be about a con artist, and she erases herself to become whoever you may need her to be. So yeah, it says it's a twisted domestic thriller that dives deep into the psyches and motivations of two women and their unwavering quest to seek justice for the past and rewrite their futures. So it's going on the list. Number 10, and you'll notice I probably have more historical fiction on this list than normal, but I have so many on my shelves that I want to pick up. And the next one would be The Diamond Eye by Kate Quinn. Now, this is not the only Kate Quinn that I have on my shelves that I need to read. I think this is probably the more recent one that I've picked up, but I've heard awesome things about this book. And I believe, it's based on a true story. An unforgettable World War II tale of a quiet bookworm who becomes history's deadliest female sniper. So, and I read The Rose Cold by Kate Quinn, I think it was 2 years ago now, and loved it. So definitely going to be picking that one up. Although I know I have The Huntress by her too, so it was hard to pick one. Number 11, I'm cheating a little bit, and I wanted to say Creep and Freak by Jennifer Hillier. Now, I have read a couple of books by Jennifer Hillier, but these are two that I have been meaning to pick up for so long, and I'm kind of lumping them together after I heard Audrey at Chapter and Converse talk about them, and I need to get my hands on these. I have been searching. Anytime I go to like a thrift bookstore or a thrift store or anything like that, I have been searching on Pango, but I am a little particular because I do not like mass market paperbacks. And I think that's what these are commonly found in. So we will have to see, but I am hoping to pick both of those up. Number 12 is a book, and I have it posted on here because I like to put where I have the audiobooks available to me, but that is Christina Lauren's Something Wilder. I love this author duo. Christina Lauren is a favorite for sure, but I've heard this one is a little bit different for them. So I've had it on my shelves for a while, probably ever since it came out, and I just need to pick it up. And my neighbors have some loud vehicles. Sorry about that. But this one says it's a charming, laugh out loud novel filled with adventure, treasure, and of course, love. So going on the list. And I thought that one would be kind of a nice palate cleanser compared to some of these other ones. One that I have heard mixed reviews about, but I love this author's thriller books so much, I need to pick it up. And that's Fool Me Once by Ashley Winstead. Like I said, I've heard mixed reviews about this. This is not a thriller. This is more of a romance, but I've heard it's kind of political. So we'll see how I feel about it. But it says, in this fierce and funny battle of the exes, Ashley Winstead's Fool Me Once explores the chaos of wanting something you used to have. So I figured I'd have to give that book a try. Next up, and this book is important for me to read because I want to send it off after I do, and that is The Kingdoms of Savannah by George Dawes Green. Now, this is a book that I found when we did our Winona lacrosse trip, and I remember picking this up at a Goodwill, and the Goodwills in Minnesota are crazy. This book was $2, and I don't think it's even ever been read. It looks brand new. And it says, Savannah may appear to be some town out of a fable, with its vine flowers, turreted mansions, and ghost tours that romanticize the city's history. But look deeper and you'll uncover secrets, past and present, that tell a more sinister tale. It's the story at the heart of the George Dawes Green chilling new novel, The Kingdoms of Savannah. So I can't wait to pick this one up, and after I do, this one is going in the mail because I know Amanda from the Curly Reader probably would have stole this out of my hands if she would have saw it first, and so I cannot wait to read this one so that I can send it off to her. All right, we're getting there. Number 15, and one that has been highly recommended over and over again, and that is A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. I have heard such wonderful things about this book. I cannot wait to pick it up. It's a 1922. Count Alexander Rostov is deemed an unrepentant aristocrat by the Bolshevik tribunal. He is sentenced to house arrest at the Metropole, a grand hotel near the Kremlin. And I think it's basically takes his life of being stuck there. So I am probably butchering that description, but I've heard great things and I can't wait to pick it up. Let's see, number 16. This is another one that I don't have yet. I almost picked it up last night at a trip to Barnes & Noble with my cousin Amanda, but I am a sucker for looking things up on Amazon, and it was probably $7 cheaper on Amazon, so I will be ordering it here eventually. I think I actually even have some gift cards that I need to use, so I'll probably be picking it up then. And that is After We Were Stolen by Brooke, I think it's Bayfess, and I have heard amazing things about this one. I think for sure from Lindsay at Lindsay's Little Library, if not a couple other people, and I believe there's some sort of cult involved, and that is slowly becoming a buzzword for me, so I will probably be picking that one up soon. Number 17, a very, very recent pickup for me, and because I think this was, they were having half off hardcovers at Barnes & Noble, but that is The Resemblance by Lauren Nassett, and I heard about this one from Audrey at Chapters and Converse. Let's face it, I hear a lot from Audrey that I'm really interested in, and I think she said this one, well, it says dark, twisty, and brilliant. I mean, if that doesn't scream Audrey, I don't know what does. It's a chilling crime thriller that keeps the pages turning faster than you can binge a true crime podcast. And I'm pretty sure Audrey told me that this also involves the Greek system, which I was involved in the Greek system when I was in college, and I know Audrey was as well. So I will probably be picking this one up pretty soon, Audrey, so that we can talk about it. And number 18, we're getting there, and that is Hello Transcriber by Hannah Morrissey. I want to read this one because I know this book takes place in the same city as her most recent one, which is The Widowmaker. It's sitting right there, and Hannah Morrissey is actually a Wisconsin author, so, and I believe this takes place in a Wisconsin town. Yes. So it says it's a suspenseful mystery debut featuring a female police transcriber who goes above and beyond to solve a harrowing case. So looking forward to that one. Number 19, one more that I don't have on my shelves, but I have been searching for it. I actually probably would have picked it up last night, but Barnes & Noble didn't have it, and neither did Half Price Books, now that I think about it. And that is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. I can't even remember what this book is about, but I know one of the girls from my book club was raving about it, and so I'm looking forward to picking it up as soon as I can find it. I mean, I obviously can find it on Amazon, but I was looking for it in person. So, number 20 is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I am surprised I didn't actually pick this one up sooner. But that's what happens when you have so many books that you want to read. And so this is her newest book that she just released this past year. And it says, in this powerful novel about the cost of greatness, a legendary athlete attempts a comeback when the world considers her past her prime. And I think it surrounds around tennis, which I'm not super familiar with tennis, but I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. So we'll see how that one goes. Number 21, this was actually a pre-release for Book of the Month, and that is Stacey Willingham's All of the Dangerous Things. I read her other book, and now of course I can't remember the name, but I really liked it. I believe we read it for book club, so I'm looking forward to picking this one up as well. Oh, and then this one was the woman's son goes missing, and she basically, they can't find him, and her entire life just surrounds around trying to find her son. So number 22, we're almost there. Now this one has been sitting on my shelves forever. I can't even honestly remember what this one is about, but I know I've heard rave reviews about it, and that is My Dark Vanessa. This one is by Kate Elizabeth Russell. Quite honestly, like I said, I can't remember what it's exactly about. A blurb by Stephen King, which seems very popular today, is it's a hard story to read and a harder one to put down, a well-constructed package of dynamite. And it says, exploring the psychological dynamics of the relationship between a precocious yet naive teenage girl and her magnetic and manipulating teacher, a brilliant, all-consuming read that marks the explosive debut of an extraordinary new writer. So that's all I needed to hear. Be picking that one up. And last, but certainly not least, and this is one that has also been sitting on my shelves since it was released this year, and that is Ruth Ware's The It Girl. I really like Ruth Ware books. I have quite the collection, and I think I've only read half of them, but this one will be on my to-read list for 2023. This is an unputdownable mystery following a woman on the search for answers a decade after her friend's murder. So I don't like knowing too much going into my thrillers, but this is the 23rd book on my list of books for 2023. So those are 23 books I hope to pick up in 2023. I won't doubt that I will be picking these up. I just can't guarantee when. I don't make any sort of TBRs. I am a mood reader through and through. But these are books that I know I'm going to put on a separate shelf that I want to pick up this year. I don't set any specific reading goals. That's just not what I do. I might focus here and there. I know this past year I focused a little bit more on my NetGalley to get those numbers up. I focused on Book of the Month for a while, so I may still do some of that, but I never want to set any too specific goals, because then I just feel like I'm like stuck in them, and I don't want to do that. But these books for sure have been calling my name for a while, and I know I'll be picking them up this year. Are there any books that you are really, really looking forward to that are coming out this year, or any books that you have on your backlist that you know you want to read? Feel free to leave them in the comments below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.